Welcome back. Today we are tapping into the power of intuition. Not just the kind that guides us emotionally, but also how we listen to our bodies. Our bodies send us signals, and when something isn't right, and often that gut feeling that we get, that can be a warning that allergies like rhinitis or asthma are flaring up. To help us understand how allergies impact our daily lives and how to manage them, we're joined by Dr. Savanah Saaiman. Dr. Savanah, welcome to Afternoon Express.
Thank you so much for having me.
So lovely to have you here. So allergies like, for example, rhinitis and asthma, that can have quite a significant impact on one's life if you're not aware of it. So how does one become aware of those symptoms?
So I think it's so important to find out what's in your early phases, realize which symptoms you have. Some of the early symptoms include lots of sneezing, a runny nose, congestion. If you manage those early symptoms, you can prevent complications later on.
Okay, so when you say like early symptoms, like how does one differentiate? Because kind of like having a cold or flu could be similar, right? So what would that be? Would it be something that's persistent, incessant, like happening regularly?
Persistent symptoms or sometimes seasonal symptoms. So you'll see as seasons change, people's allergy symptoms start to increase, or some people have it throughout the year, and those could also be symptoms. But I think to rule out, you won't have a fever if you're having allergy symptoms.
Important, you won't have a fever.
Yes, you won't have a fever, and those could rather be symptoms of a cold or flu.
My son, for example, has allergies, and that can impact his school day quite profoundly. How does one navigate around that, like having these symptoms but also having a productive day?
So one of the common symptoms of allergic rhinitis is sleep disturbances. And we all know what it feels like to be sleep deprived. You're feeling extremely fatigued. And a lot of the time with kids, they have academic decline. And in the workplace, there's overall decrease in productivity. So it's so important to manage your symptoms early on. Go see your doctor, get on the right medication so that we can prevent you from having these sleep disturbances.
Yes. So I think as a parent, it's important to be aware of that, and then also in terms of knowledge to share that with your kids if you do have children that are navigating allergy symptoms.
Definitely, and I think in kids it's important to encourage them to actually take the medication.
Yes,
a lot of the time they don't want to take the medication.
So in terms of that, please tell me, how does one prevent flare-ups, number one? And then, of course, I'm really excited to speak about the Allergex non-drowsy version that is on the shelves at the moment. Please speak to that.
So I think it's important to go and see your doctor and chat about your treatment options. A lot of the time, the first thing I tell my patients is to get to know what your triggers are and try to avoid your triggers. Triggers could be pollen, dust mites, mold, pet dander. Get to know your triggers, avoid them as much as possible.
And then the non-drowsy version, how does that help people during the day in terms of school or, even at work where you've got to, be on and productive and alert all the time? How does this non-drowsy version assist with that?
So Allergex non-drowsy is a really great option for managing your allergies. It's long-acting and non-sedating. That means that you only need to take it once a day, and it doesn't cause the traditional side effects of drowsiness, which a lot of antihistamines do cause, making it a really good option for managing your allergies.
I love that. I love that there are options available, because some years ago there weren't all these options, especially when it comes to antihistamines. So it's really nice to know that there's a non-drowsy version that's available for those of us that are going to school or have to be in a productive system. Thank you so much for being here and for all your insight. Much appreciated.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Savanah. All about trusting our bodies is what today's show is about, and acting on those early signals before they become overwhelming. So if you're dealing with allergies, remember that there are ways that you can manage them effectively. And now, how about a chance to win? Allergex Non-Drowsy is giving away a 2,000 Rand cash prize. To enter, just tell us, what is the most surprising thing that has triggered your allergies, and what symptoms did you experience? Make sure to use the hashtag Allergex Non-Drowsy in your entry, and T's and C's apply and can be found on afternoonexpress.co.za.